We're still over 30 days out before Season 2, and things aren't looking any better yet. So one of the big things that has been a massive amount of ways of tracking how well a game is doing is generally through the Steam charts. Now, of course, the numbers can be fudged a little bit because there is the people who play on the Blizzard Activision, there's people who play on Xbox, PlayStation, and stuff, but the Steam charts have always been a pretty telltale way of knowing how well a game is doing, especially, obviously, if it's on Steam, which Call of Duty is. And unfortunately enough, Call of Duty has now lost more players since the game's newest season came out, and of course the Black Ops 6 integration, than they did the entire time during Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. Now, with that being said, that is massive, considering that Warzone 2.0's integration originally was considered the worst thing to happen to Call of Duty Warzone yet. And obviously Treyarch didn't want to be outdid, so they decided to release the Black Ops 6 integration. But so we're in a situation now where Call of Duty's player bases are free-falling. And we've got, again, over 30 days before the next installment of the Ricochet anti-cheat is supposed to come out. And considering that the cheater issue is one of the major things plaguing the game right now, it's not looking good. In the last 60 days, we've already lost a massive chunk of players, and we're already sitting at under 100,000 players on the concurrent at any time on the Steam list, meaning that the player base is dropping rapidly. This is the first game to actually drop players over a free weekend, and even the double XP weekends aren't doing anything to save it either. So what do we really have left to say about what's happening here on the Black Ops 6 integration? Well, what it seems like is that the community itself has grown extremely tired of the rinse and repeat version of a underwhelming anti-cheat, the terrible server issues, and most of all, the fact that we continue to lose quality of life adjustments every time that a new Call of Duty game has been released. Now, there was recently a post on Twitter from one of the ex-Call of Duty devs where they talk about why we have that issue. And of course, no one should be surprised on this, but it comes down to the fact that the studios don't want to work together and that there's generally some animosity between the studios, who's running things, and what they feel like should be done for the game. Most of the time, you'll see that Infinity Ward is the one who leads all of the updates for overall engines, and then the others tend to follow suit and, of course, make adjustments for their games. Well, this is the first time that that was not the case inside the Warzone world, and this is the first time that a non-Infinity Ward engine was updated to run Warzone, and it's not gone very well. I've actually gone so far to show people how to, essentially enough, remove most of the Omni movement from the game. Now, of course, it still exists, but it does a significantly less amount of work inside your game when you run my settings for it, and it, for everybody that's done it, has said that it's significantly improved the control in the game because people got tired of diving backwards and sideways off of stuff, and most players are not obviously CDL pros or want to be the best Warzone player ever in the world. They just want to play a game and have a good time. So turning off those settings has tended to make the game a little bit more enjoyable for them. And unfortunately enough, even though that the game is actually pretty fun when it works, the front end issues with all of the cheaters being able to crash lobbies, the shadow ban system, and then just a terrible, terrible time on integrations for stabilities and just overall gun balancing. The issue that they released the buffer stock for the XM4, which was already one of the best guns in the game, removed all of its recoil and slapped a 100-round mag on it, and now, of course, we're back into a situation where the players are just getting melted way faster than they, can respond to, and which is crazy considering the fact that this Call of Duty actually has one of the slower TTKs comparatively to all of the other versions of Call of Duty Warzone since we updated to 300 HP. But it doesn't matter because people feel like that their movement is a bit sluggish or it's harder to respond. And of course, it comes down to the Omni movement system and the ability to actually get behind cover, stay behind cover without accidentally diving past it, sliding past it, mantling over it. So what ends up happening is, even though the TTK is slower, poor server behaviors and really poor control for your character is leading to very unfortunate and extremely untimely deaths. So now let's get into the point of what this is all about. So what can they do about this? Well, again, 30 days out before the next update, and that is for the first initial pass of Ricochet. And they need to absolutely nail this. If they do not nail Ricochet's update, which they are saying now is going to be a kernel level, which they're saying now is going to be a kernel level anti-cheat, which is what they touted Warzone's anti-cheat Ricochet to be from the beginning. Don't know where that changed, but they're touting this to be a kernel level update, so that way we're going to be able to catch cheaters bigger, better, badder, faster, and all of that stuff. But what have they been doing so far? Even if they do absolutely nail this anti-cheat, no one's going to trust it. They're going to need to be overly aggressive on all of this. They're going to need to absolutely come out swinging. If I don't see a third of the player base banned, I don't know if I'm going to even trust that they went through and did anything. And it's not even the fact that they didn't ban all the cheaters. It's just we've gone so long with Ricochet and not being able to believe it, that if they don't have massive numbers removed, who are we to believe? Fortnite just recently is actually in the middle of a lawsuit against a cheater that was playing in one of their tournaments. Call of Duty needs this level of activation. They need this level of drive. They need to actually punish these people who are not only selling them, but using them. Because at this point, they're just showing that they're allowing all this to happen. And then, even further out from this, we're looking at the release of Verdanks. And with Verdanks coming, this is going to be essentially enough their last-ditch effort to be able to save this game or save at least this integration. But they're going to have another update to the anti-cheat on Season 3, which is when we're suspecting to be getting Verdanks. Well, if they put out a brand new update during the time in which the biggest relaunch of this title is going to exist, and they fumble that, it's KO. It's over, right? Well, Call of Duty is one of those games that will probably never completely die. They have way too much money, and they will continue to throw celebrities and money at things until it works. And so we're here now looking at it as the player base that currently exists. Is this worth the struggle for us to continue playing? I know personally I would love for the game to succeed. I always want all games to succeed because more successful games means more options, which means more fun. And I've been playing Call of Duty for about 20 years. So at this point, I would love to continue to play a title that's been with me throughout my childhood. But right now, Activision, you need to get your stuff together. You're losing almost all of your major influencers to other titles. We are absolutely loving games like Marvel Rivals, Delta Force, Fortnite. They are all coming out with amazing updates that are showing that they absolutely want to succeed in this space. Call of Duty, you need to do the same. And I know that there's devs out there that you all are working exceptionally hard, and you're most likely being hamstrung by Activision or Microsoft. And we believe in you to fix this, but y'all got to get on it. At this point, we can't take any more of this. We're working on it. We're looking at it. We're considering this. We need communication first and foremost. We need you all to come out and say, these are what we're doing. This is how we're fixing it. This is what you need to expect. Because until we get some actual communication between us, the gamers, and you all, the developers, we're left in the dark. And honestly, we're always in the idea of worst possible case scenario. So fix this. We're counting on you, or we'll just have to go somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
Shay left, live. Second left, live.
Right, good boys.
One of them.
One jumped the wall. He's on the back, left side of two.
A good spot.
Keep it, is it?
You still have squad mates outside the safe zone.
One's trying to head glitch behind that. Yeah, got him. Second one's over there still.
Oh my god.
He's on the buy right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Tagged him.
I've got a team underneath me. Down. He's dead. One's dead. One's running to you right now, live. Down. The other one's underneath me over here on 2. One's floating.
I didn't.
2 souls. 2 souls for the win.
One's on the left. One's here. I'm gonna get him. Do a 360 on the last one.
He's down.
Head to the safe zone. You've got a lot of ground to cover.
Last one was sounded like they were inside these things.
Probably is. I'm gonna jump off the top.
I only need one more for 20.
Yeah, man. Go get the 20 bomb. We'll get out with the 360, man.
I'll do the 360. If I hit it, I hit it.
Yeah, he's in there. 20.